Hi, bargain shoppers and online dealers alike that might find this video through the way I titled it. There's something you really should know about this country, our economy, why things are being destroyed around us. And it's nice to, have a good deal dropped at your doorstep to feel like you're an independent mother, an independent person, an independent man making their own way through the world, buying bulk from China so you can just make a buck. Hey, I'm trying to start an online business myself. Post a few things on eBay. I'm starting to buy and sell used books. I know. I was looking at Alibaba yesterday, and I saw the solar power generator, and I'm thinking, oh, I can just buy a few of those and make 100 on each, and we can just get more independent off the grid, because that's the genre of the stuff that I'm looking at books, looking at self-defense items, looking at solar panels, looking at water filters, looking at emergency food supplies and organic bulk foods. I'm looking at stuff from a multitude of suppliers, and of course I look at Amazon, eBay, and Alibaba and AliExpress last night. And I'm here to tell you that, every time I hear them talk about this Amazon Prime Day coming up, they just have to tell me about Alibaba's Singles Day. Every female anchor in the mainstream media, and I'm not saying just female, but they have to keep just dropping it. Singles Day. Alibaba's Singles Day. Of course, they want to get your attention by using the word Singles Day. Like, Singles Day, what's that mean? I better go look it up. Oh, yes, Alibaba says you can be the Walmart of your own little world. You want to buy 1,000 of our little gadgets for that locked-in price? Here's a sample. You want sample? You want sample? Okay, because there's some samples out there of some items. And you can talk and feel like a business person, and that's what you are. And there's nothing wrong with that. Not coming from a place of judgment. But they want to suck us in and conquer the world. Amazon and Alibaba are working together. Mainstream media working with Alibaba. Alibaba has had Jack Ma, no doubt, got to where he is today with help from the Chinese government. Chinese government wooing the American people through these amazing deals. Also not a good sign of an economy that's so dependent on these shockingly amazing deals. They want to bring everybody in. They want to get a surge in the stock market that just had a downslope after the recent news with Greece. Got to get that back up. Got to get that juice back in. Got to jack it back up. Let's have a Black Friday, July 15th. Yes, I'm going to be looking at deals. But I'm looking at things like a grain mill. How much are their solar generators that day? Water filter, dive bags, Berkey water replacement filters, Gamma Seal. I'm not looking for how much the new iPhone is. I'm looking for specific stuff that may not even be on sale. Maybe I'll get some MREs. We'll see. But I'm in a specific genre of stuff that I'm looking for. I really would like to just find local sources for stuff, right? Just cut out the overhead. And there's also ways you can make your own solar power generator. But without getting long-winded, we are seeing a takeover of America. We're seeing our world leaders get in position for World War III. The misleaders of the world have made arrangements. Things are getting in position. People are all excited about these sales, but it's not real wealth. It's not real money. But it's more energy being put into this system of machines that does involve slave labor. At the end of the day, it does still involve slave labor. When you get to the end of it, and other humans, other slaves, trying to make profit off of the other slaves and just get their little slice of the pie. After all, what else are we going to do? So they got all people all hopped up about this Black Friday, and here I am making a list, about to get involved in the devil's game myself. But I'm sitting here looking at Alibaba, and I'm looking at this, and I'm seeing the mainstream media go, Alibaba Single Day. It's like they're trying to take a page out of the Alibaba book. And there's the interview with Jack Ma and Charlie Rose, where Jack Ma doesn't really let on to what his real relationship is with the Chinese government. And they got all these products coming here, these imports. It's funny, but it's almost a little like, hey, the solar power generator box looks like a friggin' suitcase nuke. It looks like a suitcase nuke. But it's like, it's not really funny because really, they've made it real easy for the American consumers to get in bed with this monster. And it's not so much the Chinese people, but this dark, monstrous, consumeristic machine that is not that far removed from the military machine, where people are wiped out every day as a result of these wars that are manufactured. And there is an overlap between the consumer marketplace and these wars overseas and the weapons that are sold internationally. That is its own business, its own global business, the global weapons trade, where there's this profit made out of sending, in the future, Chinese, Russian soldiers out to die. But so far has been quite a few of American, Australian, and European men, and many others have been pretty much directed towards these violent acts of occupation. But this is not just about the United States. Other governments will have their day, and China's going through its own bubble right now. And don't think that there aren't going to be consequences and a lot of finger pointing when the Chinese stock market implodes and the Chinese people are no longer making an income the way that they've made an income. Then it's going to be time for war. But at that point, it's going to be a very different America. But on the way to that very different America, where the enemy by design that's being put out on the table as the misleaders of these nations prepare their people for this grand conflict, the battle between the East and the West. Before that happens, Alibaba and Amazon together conspire to direct as much energy their way as possible while Americans are scrambling to make a buck. See, there's a reason I'm doing all this, to get off grid, so I don't even have to really even think at one point about money, period. But there are things like property taxes, even when I get off grid at some point, you know, yeah, I've got to find a way to bring an income in, but I'm thinking about doing it morally and not just doing what everybody else is doing, even if there's profit. It's short-term profit. What are we really losing? We may be gaining in the short term. In the long term, though, what are going to be the repercussions? What are the latest details in the TPP? And on that note, leave me an answer down below if that's something you're aware of. Again, to bargain shoppers, to soccer moms everywhere, good job for being interested in having your own business, but just think long term about what kind of future is actually being prepared for us with these shifts in jobs, with these shifts in economies and governments, talks of death of the dollar, rise of the yuan, rise of the Chinese New World Order economic system. What type of system will your children be in, and what type of industry will they likely be in or be directed in just simply to survive and feed themselves and a family that they may have at that point in their lives and save the years in the future. You know, years beyond this point in time where you can just buy and click, buy and click, buy and click. Thank you for watching. Subscribe today.